Hi guys, Con here. So, car that many of you have requested for me to review, but have yet to be able to do so due to scheduling reasons. But now it's here. This is the latest generation Kia Picanto. So, as mentioned before in my previous walk around video made during its launch, the Picanto is available in Malaysia only one variant, okay, 1.2 liters, priced at just under 50,000 ringgit. Okay, so this car definitely within the reach of the Myvi buyer, the Iris buyer, the Azia buyer. Okay, and the overall proposition is this: this car is thereabouts the price of a Myvi and Iris, but it's only about the size of an Azia, but it is a Kia badge as opposed to, you know, being a national brand. So the question is, you know, for those of you, right, who always say, oh, I don't want to buy Proton or Pro Dua anymore. So here with the Kia Picanto, you actually get to examine for yourself, okay, whether is it worthwhile to make that leap from the national mix into the Kia, okay, which offers you a slightly smaller car, but definitely within the price range of a Myvi or an Iris buyer. Okay, so in terms of design, okay, let's look at the design outside. The Picanto is not a bad looking car. The silhouette is, to me, pretty unremarkable, all right, but it is a pleasantly proportioned vehicle, and it's not something that you would call ugly. And there's evidently effort put to the front face of the car. The grille here narrows in the middle, so like this is the typical Kia trademark look. And what I like are the headlights, really. Now, these are halogen headlights, so when you switch them on at night, it shines a yellow beam. These days and age, when you see a yellow beam, it doesn't really communicate expensiveness, but I like the details that they put into the headlight cluster. So you see this LED strip, these are the position lamps which double as the daytime running lights, and you also get LED signal lights, and you get fog lights here. So when you in daytime, right, okay, when you're driving on the road in daytime, you see this U-shaped LED beam. This car actually looks decently upmarket on the move, and the overall details also are very pleasing. You get this gloss black finish here in this part of the plastic to give you the impression of a bigger grille, right? So yeah, a very pleasing looking front face. I like this front face. It gels well with the Rrear that we reviewed earlier, right? And for a 50,000 ringgit car, you get keyless entry, not bad. And here's the best part. My favorite part. You get rear disc brakes. Nice. Okay, and the tail lights. You see the tail lights. This is also an LED strip. Okay, signal lamps are halogen. You get rear fog lamps, and best of it, you get a reverse camera. So this is not what you would call a stingily equipped car at all. Okay, you also get reverse sensors. Let me just come in front and double check if you have front parking sensors. No, you don't have front parking sensors, but it's okay. A car this size, no front parking sensors really should not be a deal breaker at all. So let's look inside the boot. Now definitely in terms of square foot space, not very wide, but because of its depth, right, so Kia is able to generate decent amount of storage volume here. There's also space for a spare tire, okay, and as usual the seats will fold down, and because the car is so short, right, you can actually just reach forward and push the seat backs forward. Okay, you reach forward and push this forward. Okay, so because the boot floor is really lowered, right, you don't get a seamless floor when you fold the back seats down, but that's okay. And very thoughtfully enough, there is a grab handle here for you to close the boot. Okay, so let's look in the back seat. Now Okay, raise this back. And this is nice. So you see here, there's this little slot here for you to slot in the safety belt. Okay, so this is especially useful when you want to pull the seat down and when you want to return it to the slot, right? This ensures that your seat belt don't get caught behind the seat back when you push it up. Okay, and so also you can see here, this has isofix mounts here. Okay, so this slit opens this. They open up a gap in the fabric for you to slit your isofix mounts inside. So this seat back here also you push up. Okay. So now this the front seat is adjusted to my driving position. Okay, so I'm 170 centimeters tall. So with the driver's seat adjusted to my sitting position, there is okay leg room. Okay, but for someone like Bobby's size, if Bobby sits in front, this space will be a bit tight lah. And so right here, from what I can see, I have got pretty good thigh support. Okay, the seat's cushion actually angles up, so it gives you good thigh support on a long distance journey. And then here, for my body, okay, there is good headroom. Bobby says that for Bobby it is a bit tight, but for me it's okay. So if you regularly ferry large size passengers, this may be a bit of a squeeze in terms of space, right? And yeah, so you got this individual adjustable headrests, okay, on 3 sides, okay, on 3. So you got 3 individual adjustable headrests, right? And let's bring this down. So I like that the seat belt, the middle passenger seat belt, comes out from the seat as opposed to come out from the roof. That is a very nice touch. Even then, there's still a secondary buckle here, which honestly, why would they need that? Huh? I don't understand why they would need this secondary buckle here if the seat belt already comes out from the seat. You know, the seat back. Okay, yeah, but that's all right. So here's the buckle for the center passenger, and yeah, and because this seat cushion can't fold forward, right? This one can't be folded forward. So also, what other facilities available from the back at this size and price range? Don't expect rear aircon vents. Not realistic to expect, and not necessary either. You get seat pocket on one side. You get one cup holder, and that's about it. Okay, the door card. Door card is made of a hard material, but it's a pleasant kind of hard grade plastic, not a chekai type. No space for pockets, and yeah, so it is a very simple looking door card. Okay, unspectacular. Okay, so let's go to the front. Okay, start the engine. Now, so as you can see from inside, right, the dashboard, okay, here's the overall look of the dashboard. Material grades, nothing out of the ordinary you would expect from this segment. You see, as you knock all these contact points are hard plastics, but they are of the a more pleasant variety. It is not when you touch it, right, okay, it is not the cheap feeling kind of hard plastics. So it is obvious that these plastics are made, okay, they are made to a budget constraint, but they're also made to be durable. And you see, there's still this nice touch of class with this nice insert here, this this sort of like, you know, Fox metal insert here, and this gloss black trim here at this surrounding this screen. Now, this is a touch screen. Okay, and it is pretty decently responsive. Allow me to show you. So let's just say that now I'm listing these are the various channels. So you see the responsiveness of the screen is pretty good. And one thing I like about this screen, okay, is that this feature is nice. So now I click settings. Now I'm going to pair my phone. All right, and so I go to I go to Bluetooth connections. Now I want to add new device, and this part, the screen actually guides you, on when you go to your phone, what do you look for? You look for this gear icon, then you go to Bluetooth, and you now that the Bluetooth is off, then you switch it on and all that. So this is actually a rough instruction showing you how to activate the Bluetooth on your phone side. So it's a very nice touch. Okay, and overall switch gear quality also is pretty good. All right, it feels, it does not feel cheap, it does not feel hollow like many cars would in this budget. Okay, like here's the climate control. It is a basic, single zone manual climate control. All right, you actually even get a heater side, but I think Malaysia, most of us will be using this side lah. So manual fan speed control and all that. Down here now you see this is the parking card that came with the car. This is to access the NASA Tower season parking, right? So just to use this to show you the amount of space available. Okay, so this tray here is a decently sized tray, which is actually good enough to drop your phone in. Okay, you can drop your phone in here. You got a USB port, aux jack, and opens up to a 12-volt socket here. This space also is very, very efficiently utilized. Okay, also you can put your phone here as well, and the best part is I like these Volkswagen inspired cup holders. Okay, so when you need to put a cup or can or whatever, you can just press these two buttons out, and then it will pop. The cup holders will pop out. When you don't need them, just push them back out of sight, and this becomes a large storage tray again. Very nice. Now these three buttons are blank. Obviously these are features that will be available in overseas models that we do not get here. So further back of the gear lever, you also get this area that is quite nicely partitioned. All right, once again, illustrate with my phone. This space here holds quite a lot of things, and you have that cup holder to the back as well. So I quite like this. This is simple, no frills, well partitioned, and it's very useful. So just let me run through from front to back again. Front all the way to the back. Okay, for a small car, this center console will store a lot of items. Very, very simple, yet very, very well executed. Okay, and so here's the glove box. Once again, nothing fancy, but you get this this poured area here, this textured area here. Okay, that's a nice touch of class. Okay, and also it's a nice touch lah, really nice touch of detail here. Okay, and just to show you the door card, just like the one in the back, it's a very simple door card. There's some lines here, and nothing fancy. You got a door pocket here. So once again, it is a very simple door card, but yeah, very classy looking. Okay, classy looking relative to the price lah, of course. And we have a look at the instrument cluster. Okay, once again a very simple instrument cluster, which has 2 gauge setup, and you get a simple trip computer here which shows you average fuel consumption, average speed, travel time, trip meters, distance to empty, the regular stuff, and also external temperature, right? So nothing fanciful. Okay, but I would say this cabin is a pretty standard fare cabin at this price segment. Nothing out of the ordinary, nothing spectacular, but everything just feels well put together, feels well screwed together. You get the impression that despite the cabin's simplicity, right, the engineers put in the effort to ensure that all these simple components are just put together with a very, very high level of quality. Yeah, so the overall fit and finish of this cabin feels fantastic, and you definitely don't feel shortchanged for the money. Now, mechanically, right, the Picanto is as simple a car as you can buy. It is powered by a 1.2-liter engine, making tiny amounts of horsepower and torque, and the engine is mated in turn to a 4-speed automatic transmission driving the front wheels. At this point you may go, huh? 4-speed auto? Really? But You see, the thing about the Picanto is that, right, this is a car that is made with a very simple recipe. But what the engineers have done is that they have taken the effort to refine and fine-tune every ingredient to perfection. Okay, what this done is that it ensures that every component of this car is fine-tuned to work in perfect harmony with everything else. So when you drive this car, right, you feel that added sense of refinement that you don't often get in this price segment. The engine, for example, it's not very powerful. The transmission does not have as many gears as most in the market, but you know, when you rev the engine, it has that willingness to rev. It revs with a certain joy that, you know, that you just want to keep on revving this car when you see an open road out there. Okay, it is a delightful engine to flex its relatively tiny muscles lah. Okay, but say for example, now that you're exiting a junction, you step on the accelerator. It's not like how a Japanese car would, that, you know, when you step on it, it just go boom. Oh, it has that sudden jerk at the front. It does not have. But almost like a Mazda Skyactiv, right? When you step on it, it immediately responds, but it is a predictable and gentle response. So see, like right now I'm at a junction. I signal left, go. So the car immediately pulls me forward. I can feel the car immediately. As soon as I step on it, the car immediately pulls me forward, but it pulls me forward at a linear pace, which is nice. Okay, now also as the suspension also is worth praising. Okay, now as I go over less than ideally surfaced roads, the suspension just soaks everything up with the kind of competence that you only expect from bigger cars. Okay, you know, usually when you drive a car at this kind of price segment, right, you are expecting, you know, to be bumped around a bit. The Picanto does not. It soaks everything up with amazing competence. Okay, and you know and also the chassis is so well tuned that when you go into a bend, you don't really feel the need to shave off too much speed. Okay, you can just carry whatever speed that you have accumulated and just attack that bend with absolute confidence. Okay, and this is the kind of trait that I think anybody who drives a modestly powered car would expect, because, you know, when you drive a modestly powered car, right, your speed, all your speed is hard-earned, and when you approach that bend, right, you really don't want to lose too much of your hard-earned speed. So the Picanto allows you to just, okay, you see that bend, right, traffic clear, okay, just turn, that's it, no fuss whatsoever. Amazing. The composure of this chassis is amazing. And coming back to the engine, the only instance in which I would foresee this engine to really struggle is when, you know, when let's say like you're carrying this engine, okay, I tried it yesterday. If you are carrying speeds of 110, 120 national speed limit, no issues. Okay, it will sustain the speed, and the chassis gives you that confidence and stability to carry on, no fuss. The only instance when it will struggle is, let's say like you are on a highway, middle lane, you want going along at 80 kilometers per hour, you want to overtake that car in front. All these cars are zipping past you at 110. To make that jump from 80 to 110 will need a bit of effort. Okay, but other than that, right, this is a perfectly usable vehicle to take on a highway. Not the best, but perfectly usable. Yeah, so overall, right, the Picanto really feels like that dish, okay, which a chef puts together with only a select few ingredients, simple ingredients, but every ingredient is, you know, prepped to absolute perfection before it is cooked, and the result is an exceedingly simple car that feels like it is engineered to exceed the sum of its parts. Okay, this is the kind of thing that you don't get these days anymore. Okay, not when you can overwhelm the competition with turbocharged power. You can wow with fancy dual clutch transmissions, or suspension that you just tekan the button and it changes from hard to soft. This is a car that forgoes all that fanciness and focus on making each and every component work in perfect harmony with each other. This is a kind of car that in my opinion, is far more difficult to engineer. Okay, and you have to also bear in mind that this car has to be engineered at cost. So what Kia has managed to accomplish with this car is nothing short of sensational. So overall, right, the Picanto is just a very simple car that is very, very well put together, and for the money. Okay, an Azia, a Pro Duo Azia, is a bigger car, but is it a car that would put as wide a smile on your face? I don't think so. Okay, in fact, I think at this price range, nothing else puts a smile on your face quite like a Picanto. Yeah, so you see, for this car, right, at 50,000 ringgit, if you are buying this as your only car, as you are a family buyer, if you are buying this as your only car, then okay lah, this is not very suitable. Okay, the back is relatively cramped that I don't think you can fit a child. I think most child seats won't fit in there, and most prams won't fit in that boot. Okay, but other than this circumstance, right, there isn't any other scenario in which I would envision myself discouraging you from getting one of these. Okay, if you are single, go ahead and buy a Picanto. If you are a married couple without kids, don't plan to have kids, this is good for you. If you are a family buyer looking to buy this as a second car for your groceries, go ahead. If you are looking to buy this for your kids to go college, go ahead. If you are retired, okay, no need to fetch the kids go anywhere anymore, go ahead. So this is a car that really, other than the fact that because it is very small and it officially rules itself out of contention from being your only family car, this is otherwise a car that is highly recommended and extremely worth considering for the money. Yeah, okay, so share with me your thoughts on this car. All right, drop me a line in the comment section. Hit the subscribe button if you can, and until my next video, thanks for watching. Bye for now.